Savings, savings, and more savings. Let's talk about what banks are paying nowadays in savings this year in December 2020. My name is Jeremy Guldin. I'm an entrepreneur and investor for the past 8 years, and I've created a YouTube channel to help others grow in their investment portfolio and as entrepreneurs, helping you succeed maybe some places where I've failed. And like I said, just being there to help guide you in some of the business scenarios and in the investments, as far as investment portfolios, what I hold. So, like I said, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about savings account. Can you even get a savings account that your money's growing? And majority of savings accounts in a local bank nowadays are, under a half of percent. So you're not even getting, and I shouldn't even say half, a 0.5%. It's not even half of a percent, 0.5%, for, a normal everyday, mom and pop kind of bank, or even a corporate bank. You go to some of these bigger banks, they're paying a half of a half percent, so 0.5% on a savings account, which is nothing. You're not going to be making any kind of money in the savings. Obviously, savings are for an emergency fund, or obviously to put away in case you need some extra cash or you're buying a big purchase. But it's definitely not a place to earn any kind of income. So let's get started. I want to talk a little bit about some of the banks that I've looked into and kind of look at in the past 30 days or so, where some of the banks paying and some of the better interest rates that you can get from banks. So a little bit different than what I've been doing on my channel, mostly been stock portfolio, but I'm also, like I said, trying to help people grow their investments, and obviously holding some of that cash on hand. You want to make some kind of money on it, right? You don't want to just sit in the bank and not make any kind of money. So at least making something, if you have 10, 20, or even $1,000 in the bank, you want to be, accruing some kind of interest in there, so that you are actually at least keeping up with, the cost of living and whatnot, and making sure that you are getting some kind of money for the cash that you hold on hand. So let's talk about that. Before the pandemic, I can tell you right now, before the pandemic, I was, majority of my savings were involved in Wealthfront, which is a company, in Ally. I was getting an average between a 2.1% all the way up to a 2.5% with Ally. It's dropped significantly. There's nowhere near what it was prior to the pandemic, and obviously with the Fed and everything, and us, and the rates that we've been going into, everything, all the interest rates, even mortgage companies and so forth, interest rates are just at an all-time low. So we're not getting paid anything for our money because the banks just don't have the extra money to put out and fund us. So let's talk about some of the banks that I did find online. The majority of these are online banks. So if you do need a brick and mortar bank, I would obviously tell you to, keep some of your money in there, but obviously do most of your transactions online. You're gonna make more interest with some of those online banks compared to some of the brick and mortar banks. So the three banks that I looked at were Ally, Affirm, and it's funny enough, it's called the Redneck Bank, but they have a good interest rate. Ally Bank is an all online platform, obviously, and Affirm, I don't know if you guys have heard that. That's usually a buy now and pay later company. Like you can go, I can use Peloton, uses them a lot. So you can go buy your Peloton for $2,500, and you do a monthly payment of say $50 to $200, whatever that monthly payment comes out to, depending on how many obviously months you want to do. If you're looking to pay it off in a year compared to 4 years, so it's basically a lending service. You're not filling out as much paperwork. I mean, you can literally buy it and pretty much on the fly. Like I know a lot of companies now, you can utilize it to go make a purchase somewhere, and then you pay for it later. So obviously, as you're if you're due diligent about making sure you're paying things, and then I don't see any problems with it. But if you're someone that's gonna rack up a bunch of debt, then I definitely recommend don't try this as an option. But we're here to talk about savings anyway, so let's talk about Ally. So Ally has come along, as along with any other competitor they may have, they have no monthly maintenance base fees and 0%. You can start an account with very little. They do checking, savings, money marketing accounts, and so forth. The other cool thing about Ally is you can use different buckets, so to speak. So in your savings account, if you want to create, $10 a month goes towards this, $20 goes towards a trip, $30 goes towards stock portfolio, $40 goes towards, buying another big purchase or just saving up for a nest egg. You can kind of divvy up, which is kind of cool because some of the banking companies that I've dealt with in the past don't give you those options. So that's a pretty cool thing. Definitely, with that being said, there's a lot of personalized things that you can do, and I've been using Ally, and this is definitely not a sales pitch or anything like that. I'm not paid to promote this at all, but this is just a company that I've been standing with, and I enjoy theirs. I will tell you though, their APY percentage has dropped significantly. Like I said, they're at a 6.60% right now for an APY, so that's what I'm getting interest in my savings account. So definitely not the highest. It's actually the lowest that I'm reviewing right now. But I just, like I said, decided to do this so that way I can give you all the information as possible. So the next bank I looked at was Affirm. Like I said, Affirm, same thing, no minimum. All these companies are all obviously FDIC insured. I'm not going to tell you anything that's not insured by FDIC, up to $250,000. Affirm, though, they are actually the highest out of the one I'm reviewing today. They are actually paying a full % of interest rate. So I get 1% interest, APY. So, through the year, you get that 1%. Could it change? Any of these could change, obviously, at any moment. They could go up, they could go down. But this is at least right now, as of December 2020, this is what they're paying right now. So Ally was at 0.60, Affirm was at 1%. I will put a link down below, in the or down in the links, or in the apparently I can't talk again. I will put a link down below for each of the banks, so that way you guys have a you guys can go right to their website and check it out. And also, while I'm talking about this, I'll put a link down below for my Instagram, Facebook. Also put a link down below for Robinhood. Also, if you don't mind smashing the thumbs up. And I also would like you to subscribe. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe button, because I need to know that I'm doing the right thing here for you guys and helping you with information. And in order for that, I need to make sure that I'm growing the channel, and subscribing helps out tremendously and just helps me know that I'm doing the right thing. So make sure you hit that thumbs up and give me a subscribe if you don't mind. So let's talk about the last bank. The last bank is going to be Redneck Bank. I mean, what a name, and it is a killer website. You need to at least go to the website and check out Redneck Bank, because there's like a fly that looks actually real on your screen moving around. You'll look at it and you go, I almost felt like I was going to swat the fly at one moment. But Redneck Bank, and no, you don't have to be a redneck to sign up. So Redneck Bank itself is not, they have savings or money marketing accounts. But the big thing here is I was looking at was their checking account. Their checking account actually pays a 0.70% for their checking account, which is great, because, some people love having that money in their checking account and they're not making that much interest. So, this company is giving you interest on top of that. So great access point of that is you can quickly write a check, and you have limitations or anything like that. A savings account, you can only do 6 draws out of a month. Otherwise, you can get charges for that one. That's with any savings account. The reason that they do that is it's a savings account, right? So they want you to keep putting money in there. It's not something to keep pulling out. So if you're going to be doing that, checking account's going to be the way to go. Redneck Bank's going to be the way to go, because Redneck Bank, like I said, is going to give you a 0.70 percent on your money, so you're going to earn interest in that bank account. Yes, obviously some of their bank accounts do that, but most of them aren't up at that percent. You're getting, like I said, a 5/10%, maybe a 6/10%. If you're even lucky, sometimes it's even less than that. So, definitely check out some of these online banks, like I said. And like I said, I Affirm 1%, then you get into Redneck Bank, and then Ally, unfortunately, is down at the lowest end. But I just want to kind of inform you guys on what I'm doing and where I'm putting money and stuff, so that way my money continues to grow and I know that I'm doing the right thing. I appreciate you guys tuning in again, knowing that you're supporting my channel and helping me. Don't forget to leave some comments down below. Make sure you're commenting and letting me know what other videos you would like, what kind of information I can feed you, what you want to know. I'm going to be trying to do some more videos on business and starting your business and some of the different things you need to do. So like I said, I look forward to growing together and offering you information and helping you out grow as an entrepreneur and as an investor. And thank you again for watching.